Hey everyone, so we're finally back on our routine. I'm back to my series at last. This one today is the first Jane hairstyle in the movie, the very first one you see her with. Now, this is probably not exact, but considering she isn't very cooperative with me, it's very hard to see what her hairstyle is. So I just kind of had to guess, because I think she wears this one later on. So I just kind of guessed that this was the same that I had seen later. How we're going to start off with this is we're going to section off the front part of our hair. And what you will all rejoice about for this one is you don't need curly hair at last. We got to the ones where you can do it if you got any hair type. Doesn't matter if you have any curls. Unless, of course, you want to do the curls in the front, but, you know, I never do them. So, now that we got this pulled away, what we're going to do, we're going to pull our hair into a ponytail. Now the tricky thing about this one is it's got to be high. Very high. Which is really hard to do because naturally hair doesn't like to go super high on the head. It's just going to take a bit of work. So you have to brush it up there. Almost there now. There we go. That's nice and high. Now it doesn't have to be high, but if you want the look, it does. If you want to do this as a lower bun, go for it. It's really your preference and how much of a perfectionist, purist, Austen nut you are. Or I should say Pride and Prejudice nut, since this isn't strictly Jane Austen. This is from just a movie of her. Whatever. Okay, so now we really need to do this part first. You can do it later if you like, but I'm going to do it first to get it over with. We're going to pull these lovely dog ears back. I have this thing about clean brushes, by the way, you know. I don't like anything in my brush. Never realized it until I used my cousin's brushes, and goodness gracious, lots of hair. I'm very OCD about this. So, how we're going to do it, if I remember correctly, she always has some kind of twist going on with her hair. I think with this one, her hair was twisted up, but I'm not certain. I was too busy trying to figure out what the bun was. So, we're just going to, for argument's sake, say she had it twisted up. And don't twist it too close to the front, just kind of further back one. Twist. Just enough, really, to get it smooth and tight, because you don't want anything bulging. This is a very smooth hairstyle. Just going to pin that down around the hairband. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is actually going to be a super easy hairstyle. Compared to some of the other Jane hairstyles, this one is a breeze. So it's probably a good thing I decided to do it first. That's probably why they did it first in the movie. Give her a nice simple hairstyle for a start out. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate our hair into 3 sections. Now we want one section to be slightly bigger than the other. Not a lot bigger, but enough bigger. Now what we're going to do with these is we're going to braid them, just regular English braid. Nothing difficult about it. And so to save time, so you guys aren't bored there watching me braid and listen to me chatter, I'm going to do that and then come back. So I'll be with you in a sec. Okay, so we're back. We have our 3 braids. If you notice, I did mine rather loose. I have very thin hair, so I had to make them looser. If you have thick hair, make them as tight as you like. We just need a fair amount of bulk in these braids. We don't need them to be huge, but I didn't want little teensy-weensy braids, and that's what happened with my thin hair. So, now that we have these braids going on, what we're going to do is we're going to take our middle braid, which was supposed to be a little bit bigger than the others, and we're going to wrap it around like a bun, like this. See, this is going to be our bun part of the hairstyle. There we go. We don't want it too small, but we don't want it too big either, because we don't want it showing our hairband underneath. There we go. Just takes a couple pins. It's not really huge. There's this weird curl poking up. I don't know where that came from. Okay. No. There we go. Just kind of smooth this down a little. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do with these braids, you're probably wondering, what in the world is she doing here? What we're going to do is we're going to cross them over like this and pin them up like that. But what we have to do is make sure we get them even. And you don't need to tuck them in under the bun. The braid will add to your bun, so it'll look nice. You need to worry about hiding or anything. A couple more pins here. There we go. And we want to make sure that we have this little crisscross thing showing, because that's part of the hairstyle. It's a really nice part of it. There we go, and just kind of tuck the ends under in the top. And there we have it. Super easy. Yep. That's our first one. There, yeah, you're probably wondering, how could it have taken you this long to make this video if this is such an easy hairstyle? Yeah, my life is weird. Got a lot of work. There we go. Just kind of, and this is just kind of my neatening up process. My hair isn't very long around my neck, so I have to kind of pin it up if I do a hairstyle like this. It doesn't like to stay up. There we go. Looks a lot neater. And this hairstyle is really hard to do on my hair because it doesn't really look smooth. If you have straight hair, this will probably look a million times better. It's just very hard to get curly hair to be straight. If you have curly hair, what I would recommend if you're trying to do this hairstyle for something really fancy, I would get my hair wet first if I were you, or at least damp around the edges so it'll smooth better, because wet hair just stays smooth better than dry hair, especially with curly hair. Or you could even use hairspray and just kind of brush it down like that. I'm not a hairspray person, so I'm not going to use it on mine. But this is a very nice, very cute hairstyle. I'm actually planning on going to work with it. So, yeah. Hope you all liked it. Our next one will be somewhere, probably will be the assembly ball hairstyle for hers, because that, I think, is the next one that comes in. Maybe not, I don't remember. I don't know what her hairstyle is in the scene after the very opening scene. It could be the same as this, it could be different. I don't know. But we shall see. Whichever one strikes my fancy, I will do next. Unless I have a request. I did have a request from somebody. I don't remember what it was. I'll have to look it up. I may be doing that one next. But anyhow, whichever video I'm doing, I will see you in the next one.